What is cracking YouTube? JT, I am the tie here, bringing you guys yet again another narrated Wi-Fi battle today. I know my content's been really active. Haven't been able to bring you guys a Wi-Fi battle in a really long time though. It's a lot of Final Fantasy VII stuff right now, a lot of Streets of Rage stuff. I hope you guys don't mind too much. I have so much fun playing those games, and basically whenever I get a chance to play a video game, I normally just post it on YouTube because I find you just talk about it and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I got a match today against BigBirdBigDaddy. Fun fact for you guys, he actually lives in my apartment complex, which is actually really cool. So anyway, I'm on the opposite side of the field today because I forgot to save the battle because there's only a 2-second window where you can save in 4th gen, which kind of stinks. So I'm leading off with an Azov. I'm on the opposite side today. He's leading off with a Mammoth Swine named Manny, which is awesome. I don't see enough lead Mammoth Swines. I used to run one with like Life Orb and Adamant because it used to one-shot Metagross, and you could practically see like the troll face on people back when Metagross leads were really popular. But obviously at this point, predicting an Ice Shard, but I figure Azov can take the hit pretty easily. If he decides to save his Mammoth Swine, then I get Switch Initiative with the U-turn, so that's what I decided to go for, because it's going to kill the Mammoth Swine regardless anyway. And down goes his Mammoth Swine, early 6-5 lead for me. Now I go out into Sceptile, because I'm trying to bait on the possible Heat Trainer Scizor, because they're the two most popular sets in OU right now. But he goes out into a Zapdos. Unless I had Leech Seed, there's really not a whole lot I can do in this scenario. I really don't want to get hit by a Heat Wave or anything along those lines, or potentially get paralyzed, as it turns out. So I go into my Nidoking, because he's a really good switch on a Subroost set, which is the most popular Zapdos set currently. But he goes out into Snorlax. I really didn't feel like over-predicting, and I can't one-shot him right now with any of my moves, and he can kill me with an Earthquake, so I'm a little bit fearful about that. I decided to go out into my Machamp, and obviously he sets up a substitute, predicting my switch, which is a good play on his part. I'm not too worried though, because I know that Machamp is going to be able to outspeed Snorlax, and I'm threatening him out on the following turn. Now the thing is that I have a Lumberry on this Machamp, so I'm not worried about the potential Body Slam Parahacks either. So he goes for the Body Slam. Obviously gets the Parahacks because Snorlax is really fat and it really hurts, but I got the Lumberry for that, so I know it's going to scare him away. Now I could predict Zapdos to come back in, but getting the Confusion Hacks on that guy really works for me also, so that's what I decided to do. I decided to go for the Ice Punch. If I had Stone Edge, I would totally use it right there, but I don't. I have Ice Punch, so I go for the Deep Punch. Obviously, I'm gonna get the Confusion Hacks on the Zapdos, and honestly, I'm still playing him like he's a Subroost set, even though he's shown me T-Wave, because BigBirdBigDaddy runs some pretty interesting Zapdos sets. I think he runs like every single Zapdos set imaginable. So I decided to go back out into Nidoking. He goes out into Lucario, and now I thought this was actually a really interesting play right here, because he's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. Nidoking normally outspeeds the Lucario, so I was actually expecting him to switch, fearing the potential Earth Power, because he wouldn't want to lose Lucario this early in the game. And obviously, I'm not really worried about a Swords Dance set, because I thought the switch was imminent, but he stayed in, which surprises the hell out of me, because I'm running a Crush King who really doesn't, he has minimal speed investment, he has attack and special attack investment, that actually worked out really well for him. On the bright side though, I know he's a Spec Lucario, because he one-shot me with a freaking Dragon Pulse, so in comes my Azal. Obviously I know I can outspeed him. I really didn't feel like over-predicting. And in comes the Zapdos, and obviously at this point, I was looking at the life, and I'm like, I'm pretty positive that a Psychic's going to take you out, because it takes out every single variant of Zapdos at that range, unless he's running a specially defensive variant, which wouldn't make any sense in my mind alongside Snorlax, but what the hell, he's running a specially defensive Zapdos, and he takes the hit, and he's able to roost off the damage, and that surprised the hell out of me. If I would have gone for 2 Psychics right there, that would have been really great, but obviously I didn't want to over-predict with the Lucario out there. Lucario is kind of a threat to my team overall, but he decides to go for the Roost right here. Obviously going to Roost back up to full. I decided to set up my Rocks, and really there's not a whole lot Azov can do at that range anymore. He's picked off by any kind of weak priority, not to mention that he's completely walled by Snorlax. I decided to just leave him in, see if I can get maybe a Spadef drop or something that would force his Zapdos to switch now, and rack up some entry hazard damage. But no Cigar, none of that works out at all. But I go into my Machamp now, because I know I can take a T-Bolt from that range. He decides to go for the Roost. And honestly, I'm predicting him to go for the Roost right there, that way he doesn't get hit that hard by an Ice Punch, so I go straight for the Dynamic Punch, which I think is pretty nice. Get some really nice damage in on the Zapdos now that I know he's especially defensive set. He's really not going to take the hit all that well. And now he's kind of stuck in a pickle, because obviously he really can't switch out into anyone else, so I believe he's going to stay in. Go for the T-Bolt. I know I can still take the hit really well, and I can still use this guy to take on Snorlax later on, as long as I bring him in safely, but he gets the freaking Parahacks with the T-Bolt out of all things, and that really sucks, because I'm able to take him out with an Ice Punch, but my Machamp can no longer check that Snorlax, which really bugs me. But obviously at this point, he decides to go out into Lucario. I really don't want to lose Machamp regardless anyway, but now I'm stuck in a pickle. I know he's a Spec Lucario, so I'm really thinking in my mind Shadow Ball or Aura Spear. Do I go out into my Porygon 2, or do I go out into my Slowbro? And honestly, he's taking out my Nidoking, so I feel like Aura Spear would be the more logical thing in his mind, because I don't have anything to resist it anymore, and it also has Stab behind it. So I'm thinking he's going to go for the Aura Spear. I'm going to go out into my Slowbro to resist it, force him out, but he freaking goes for Shadow Ball. Out of all things, that thing was just playing in my mind the entire time, and I cannot believe he went for the Shadow Ball right there. I could have gone out into P2, no damage, force a switch, I get a free Toxic or a Discharge off on whatever the hell I wanted, but that did not work, and that sucks so badly. So I got into Porygon 2. Obviously, I know it's going to scare him away. I was thinking about going for the Toxic, predicting a switch into the Snorlax, but I decided to just go for the Discharge because it means that Machamp would be able to outspeed him, even if I do get it. Obviously, I know I can still outspeed him and hit him with the Toxic on this turn, because I figure he's probably just going to set up a substitute in my face. But I decided to go for the Toxic. I know that it's probably like the safest way that I can think of that can actually wear the Snorlax down. And I was deciding what the hell I wanted to do, really hoping he's not packing the Focus Punch, to be completely honest at this point. If he was a Belly Drum set, that would be amazing. Because at that point he really can't Belly Drum anymore, and he wouldn't have anything to hit this Porygon 2. I can kind of just try to stall him out, but he shows me the Focus Punch. That really sucks, and there's really not a whole lot I can do in this scenario. I know I can take the hit, because it's a freaking Porygon 2, even if it doesn't have the Eviolite like in 5th gen, he still takes the hit pretty well. But obviously at that point it did enough damage where I can't go for the Recover and then try to stall him out for a Poison turn, so I know that's not going to work for me. My best option is really to try to break his Substitute, that way I can come in with someone, hit him with the physical move, and then I don't have to waste any of my other guys. But I go for the Discharge again. Don't know if 2 T-Bolts would have been able to do the job, but 2 Discharges did not. They could not break the Substitute on the Snorlax. That really sucks. And it really puts me in a pickle, because honestly I'm down to 2 guys. Machamp is basically dead and he's paralyzed, so Lucario finishes him off. And then obviously I got a Sceptile out here, so honestly the best option that I have to try to minimize the score is to just go for the Substitute right here. And then go ahead, hopefully that he doesn't have the Vacuum Wave on the Lucario, even though I think he probably does have the Vacuum Wave, because that pretty much wins him the game at this point. But I have to sub down, really hoping that I would have been able to break that Substitute with the 2 T-Bolts. It did not happen that way, but obviously at this point he's going to be able to take out, I think he's going to die to the poison damage right here. But obviously at this point I have to cross my fingers. If he comes in with Lucario and he's got the Vacuum Wave, it's pretty much game over. I don't know what else he has, and I don't know if I would have been able to handle them really well, but the Parahacks and everything really sucked. And he shows me the Vacuum Wave, so I was able to take out the Sceptile and take out the Machamp. But obviously, good game, BigBirdBigDaddy. I had a lot of fun playing that. Obviously, it's not an ultra competitive team, but you know, it's a pretty fun grab bag of guys. I felt like, there's like so many different places where I was like, man, if I would have done this or I would have done that, it would have made for like a really good 1-0 or a 2-0 victory in either way. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely feel free to click the like button if you did. And I guess in other news, like I mentioned some stuff for a second. You know that job that I was telling you about last week in my little update video? Yeah, I got it. I'm filling out the paperwork and stuff right now. That was the reason why I wasn't able to stream, actually. They give you like a shit ton of paperwork, like 50 pages or so. So that's been pretty cool. I'm filling out the paperwork for that. I don't know when I'm going to start. Maybe next week, which I think is really awesome. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I guess more Wi-Fi battle stuff to come. If I stream at any point, it'll be really cool. I know that you guys will probably look forward to that. I was thinking about getting into 5th gen. Honestly, that's the reason why I've been kind of stalling for a little bit. But I mean, they're doing suspect voting right now, so I mean, like the metagame probably gonna change, because I'm pretty sure the weather's gonna get banned. So like the way that you design a team in 5th gen is going to change dramatically in the course of 1 week. So I decided I'm going to hold out for 1 more week, because I was talking to Shees the other night on Skype, and that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will catch you all another time. Bye.